Hello everyone, Cliff here in the shed. I went to a boot fair, not this weekend because I went to the Model Engineer exhibition this weekend, but last weekend I went to a boot fair and bought some stuff, and this is what I bought. I bought this very handy light on a tripod. Be very handy for filming, and it works. It didn't work, it needed a bulb, and a bulb for one of these is a tenner. It's supposed to have a 1000-watt bulb in it. I didn't have a 1000-watt bulb and I haven't bought one yet, but I cobbled up one of my security light bulbs. It had the same sort of fitting. It's a G 6.35, just 2 pins. Anyway, that will be very handy, I think. Now the next thing I bought is actually something I wanted. I went to this bloke, he had a big old van with all stuff out the back, and on the floor he had this. And this is a vacuum pump. So when I asked him how much he wanted for it, it was so cheap I didn't even ask him if it worked, because I was pretty sure it probably wouldn't. But this is a Robinair. Let me have another look, I can't remember the bloody model number now. Yeah, this is a Robinair 15401 vacuum pump, and I was thinking about trying to make a vacuum table for the CNC machine, and this was there, so I bought it. And have a look. I did put some oil in it. It works. I was pretty sure that was not going to work, and I was buying a bit of rubbish to dump, but it works, so I'm pretty thrilled to bits with that. I also bought a big roll of these for the workshop, and the relevance of that is this is quite an heavy beast. The tripod with the light on it's a bit awkward to carry, and they're very awkward to carry, and after struggling down to my motor, which was right up the wrong end of the field, I lost my keys. I went to open my motor and I'd lost my keys. I've got to tell you, I had a very stressful hour. Fortunately they was handed in and I did manage to get them back and get home with my bits, but I have resigned myself to making a dog tag for my keys with my mobile phone number on it, because I think it would have made it a very less stressful situation if they could have phoned me and told me they'd found them. But anyway, that was that. But I am very happy with this vacuum pump. The new price for one of these is £640. The bloke at the boot fair wanted a fiver for it. That's why I was pretty sure it weren't going to work. I mean, this is a long way from new, don't get me wrong. I mean, the base on it is all broke. I can make a new base for it, that ain't a problem, but very pleased with that. So that'll be another project, making a vacuum table for my CNC machine. In the meantime, let's have another look at that epoxy slow speed grinder. Right, the failed slow speed grinder fiasco. Here he is. I like to give all my tools names, so I'm calling him Wobbly Bob at the moment. Anyway, Wobbly Bob as he is no good. As I am a bit of an older, fortunately I have still got the old dead motor out of the Clark thing that I got these other bits off of, and this spins rather well, and this shaft will fit the disc that I'm using on the grinder, so the bearings and the shaft in here seem fine. So what I might try and do is whip this to bits and see if I can get the bearings and the shaft separated from it and see what I end up with. So I'll take this to bits and see how I get on. So this is where I'm at. I've took the coils out of the motor, and that's what I've got, just like a cage. I left the I think it's a stator. I was going to start sawing that off and busting it off, but don't really see the point. This is what come off it, and that just screws onto there. Nice. On there is not too bad for it, but I've got to put another plate on this table anyway. So what I'm thinking of doing now is putting a plate on there, mounting that on the plate, make a little pulley for there. And then take this off of this side, put it on this side, mount the motor here, and just put a little belt between there and there on it. Getting a bit big and cumbersome, but I never said it was going to be pretty. Alright, so this is where I've got to with a grinder. Oh, that's heavy. I'll try and zoom in on this in a minute, but I managed to get some studs in this plate, and I've bolted the motor to that, and it weighs a ton. So this is the plan. I've got the bracket off of the actual motor at the moment. It's got these two holes in it. I'm just going to make that one continuous slot. When that's on there, I can drill some holes, put a thread into the base. This lump of metal I've bolted the motor to. And I've got a bit of adjustment on that, so I can do a bit of belt tensioning. Let me spin this round so you can get a better view of this. So just in there is the stud coming through the base plate, which is threaded and screwed into the base plate with a nut on it. And there's another one over there on the other side. And I've got to tell you, they were a bit of a caution to do that, but I managed it. So now, my next move is I'm going to make a little pulley for this shaft on the old motor, and a little pulley for the shaft on the actual motor that's going to be driving it. Bolt the motor onto the plate and see how that looks, but that'll be in the next one. Right, well that will do for this one. I don't want to get boring. I'm going to make the little pulleys next for the motor and get that bolted on there and see if it works alright. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Put your mobile phone number on your keys. Might make your life easy one day. Bye for now.